Hello guys, welcome back to our video, welcome back to the channel. In today's video you join me in different circumstances. I'm driving around in my Mercedes A-Class that I have reviewed 3 months ago, I believe now. I gave a very long and detailed, unnecessarily long tour of my car, but in today's video I'm going to be, describing and explaining what it feels like to drive. We're on the highway right now, doing about 90 kilometers an hour on auto cruise, on adaptive cruise control, and I'll really just be talking you down what it is like to drive every day. Now I turned on the interior light, although I don't think that really made a difference, but yeah, I mean, so far cruising on the highway doing 90 kilometers an hour, about 56 miles an hour. If you're wondering why the speed limit says 60 but I'm doing 90, my speedometer is set in kilometers. I've had the car now for about 6 months and I've been driving it mostly in the city but on the highway as well. And so far, I mean, all I can say about it is it is a pretty good car to live with every day. It's quite comfortable to drive. The suspension is pretty good most of the time, although I could say that it is definitely better at higher speeds on the highway than it is in the city. The A-Class, unlike its competitors, comes with independent suspension at the front, but with no independent suspension in the rear axle. Therefore, the rear axle does feel stiffer than the front. But on the highway, it is pretty comfortable. The suspension does soften up, and yeah, going over bumps is not that difficult, I guess, and it's not that stiff. Now, in the UK, unfortunately, I believe only for the A35 models, we don't get adaptive dampers on the A-Class, so you can't get adjustable dampers, unfortunately. This has the standard suspension. Now, it is the Premium Plus package, so it is fully equipped, but in the UK, unfortunately, we don't get adaptive dampers. But to be honest, the normal suspension does a pretty good job with cruising around in the highway. In terms of road noise and wind noise, I'm getting absolutely no wind noise at all. There's no wind flutter coming from the wing mirrors. The only noise issue, I guess, is the road noise. You probably can hear it. There is quite a bit of tire roar, but it all comes down to the tires you have. I have a set of Bridgestones on all 4 corners, and it also depends on the road conditions. Now, in the UK, the roads are not the best condition, therefore you're not going to have the quietest ride. But honestly, it is pretty good in its class, I would say. For this kind of car, for its price point, it is still pretty good. And if you're someone like me who likes to play tunes in their car, you're definitely going to just compensate all that noise with some music anyway. Now, in terms of music, sound quality of the advanced sound system you get with the Premium Plus package, as I said in my video, it's fine, it's decent, but it could be better. It is a shame that we don't get Burmester in the UK as an option for the A-Class, but this sound system, the advanced sound system, does a fine job, I guess, of playing your tunes. Now, I have currently set the car on cruise mode, so it is cruising by itself. It's keeping the safe distance from the vehicle in front. It is an optional extra. You can either pay for it annually or monthly on the Mercedes Me app, or you can get the driver assistance package for like an extra £1,500, which includes active steering assist as well, alongside radar cruise control. This just uses camera mounted on the mirror housing to keep the distance from the car in front, which works pretty well most of the time, but it is not the smoothest system, I would say. As you can see, even the windscreen wipers are on right now, but they're completely silent at speed. Completely silent. I don't hear them at all. And yeah, driving the A-Class, it's great. Fuel economy wise, I'm averaging 49 miles per gallon. Driving this every day on the highway, commuting out, I get around 50 miles per gallon. So basically what it says is climbing higher as I'm doing these speeds. But yeah, so far so good. And yes, we have about half a tank of fuel now, and it's saying 252 kilometers left of fuel. And from resetting the trip computer as I refueled it last time, I've done 442 kilometers from refueling last time, so it's should do around 700 kilometers on a full tank, which is not bad for this car. Now it is the A200, so it is a 1.3 liter petrol engine with a mild hybrid system, giving you an output of 177 horsepower and 290 newton meters. This little 1.3 cylinder engine, while it is not the most responsive, if we do a, let's turn off cruise control, if we do a acceleration from 90 to 110 kilometers an hour, it gets going there, and you can definitely feel the mild hybrid system helping out. Yeah, I mean, for everyday driving, this engine does a good job at being fuel efficient and pretty responsive as well. It can get a bit noisy on high revs, but at low revs it is pretty silent as you cruise around. In terms of steering, I mean, steering on this car is very light, very light steering, and for everyday driving it's pretty great. It's also very maneuverable. It has like a turning radius of 11 meters, I believe, and on highway speeds it's pretty it's a stable car. It holds the road pretty well. Front wheel drive, yeah, it's an easy car to drive around with. You also have safety systems like autonomous emergency braking, blind spot monitoring on the wing mirrors, rear cross traffic alert, all the safety systems you would probably want in your car to make your driving nicer and safer and easier. So yeah, driving the Mercedes A-Class, it's a pretty nice cabin. It's the seats, as I complained in my videos, it's not the most comfortable seat, but I did get used to it as I own the car and as I drive it more often, but it's still not my favorite seat. Now also we have a heads-up display, as you can see there in front of us, which is very useful for monitoring your speed. But other than that, yeah, very nice and easy car to drive, very easy to live with every day. And yeah, that's been a short video about driving the Mercedes A-Class. Overall, it's a nice and very comfortable car to drive with every day. Very easy car to drive, I would say. Practical, comfortable, relatively quiet. And yeah, that's been it, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video.